Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, viewers. Mala Suleiman Swai, new Facebook Live. Just a quick update. The morning on freedom on the civic education show with MJ, but the presenter wasn't that well. New ampu cancel ko manyo at least Johan update on probably some of the topics in the on the political situation. It's just going to be a quick run. And the other thing, when probably tomorrow, the moment on Fatu Radio, because then I'm a meeting on Saturday, and I need to prepare for that meeting. Nick Marco host, and but I'll try and squish it. I'm stand chance to come on radio. I'll come on radio, but it's not definite. Manema jël this opportunity right, to come on Facebook to discuss some of these burning issues. The will of change. Ku nekk sa expectation da nga judge dara according to a success or feeling, and xëy na ñu ñoo dégga ñu bari at nit ki koo dee waxal moom ngay dégga o ñoo dee correspondant ñoo ngay dégga, but su desee ñun si ñu bari luñ dégga mooy ne dañ feel ne things are not going the way we want it. But am na ñoo xam ne probably they are just honest, ñoom pour seen expectation is enough, or they are dishonest. Nekun digis Gambia, and they're not talking about Gambia. They're talking about ñoom seen expectation, ne ñoom seen benefits. Luñ foog ne moom la Gambia waa dem ñoom gisuñ ko, ñoom luñ fuñ bugg a dem ñoom foofu lañ nekk di dem, and they are okay with that. That's fine. Democracy lañ otoon. Dëgg la am nañ achievement, am nañ peace, and am nañ temporal peace, and you get work with that peace to am stability. But dafa am expectations yoo xam ne moom lañ am, and conscious Gambians yu bari moom lañ am, and some of it is really realistic, is basic, loo xam ne moom lañ expect pour ñu achieve ko, te amoon nañ hope and confidence that we can achieve these things within this time frame, or nañ gis at least the efforts or how things have been carried out na jon joxe confidence that we are going the right way. But am na ñoo xam ne feel nañ ne it's not okay, but am na expectations yoo xam ne they are not realistic. In fact, probably dañ dee fàtte with the achievement we have, the temporal peace we have, at xëy na luñ foog ne change bi is going to be automatic. Yaya dem na, in fact the dictator bi fa génna demut because of lu fa bàyyi rek mu fa ne doo toog rek am everything there. Am na ñoo xam ne xëy na xoolewuñ dañ ko xoolee ne it's have to happen now, luñ bugga yëpp dañ ko bugg a gis muy happen concurrently. Si loolu lañ ko waxtaanee, but luy wax lu successful matter of time la. But tam soo gisee certain da nga mën a project certain things according to loo gis, loo jotam go gis, certain basic things, factors. Am na factors yu la dee lead to ne things are going right or not. And it's disheartening ne boo xam ne mooy di major one fala ñoo fail, man suma failing fala mooy di cooperation, mooy di unity, mooy di discipline. Am na benn commentator bu doon commentate on Obama, bu mu observe Obama for some time, mu ne this guy is gonna make it. Commentator bi na ko lan at the early stage of Obama campaign, mu ne ko he is disciplined, mu ne ko he is disciplined, mu ne ko he will hardly put a foot wrong. Loolu important la, that word discipline lu important la. But suñ problem is so deep, suñ problem is so complex because of suñ size. Soo ko xoolee da nga foog ne easy na, because suñ size tam soo ko xoolee it's not easy, because end of Gambian bi ku nekk xam ku nekk. That's a challenge, but doesn't mean that we cannot do it. It's matter of dañ am pour change suñu attitudes and mun a xool something else, mun a xool Gambia as the big picture. It's not about personalities, it's not about individual. Unless the influential Gambians doo di mun a gis Gambia, rather they gis individuals, rather they gis a narrow scope ne fala ñoo dem, we will have a problem. The problem bi fala nekk. And people to calculate, for they can determine the future in a way they are not going to carry the majority. Dafa am interest groups buñ carry with them. Interest group buñ represent. It's wrong. That's where it fails. Anytime we need to carry interest groups, that means that you are not trying to guarantee social justice. The so guarantee social justice, you are bound to fail. Domuna peace, domuna stability, and democracy cannot grow in that environment. Mota yep intention is got to be very right. That's intention be right here, not even going to religion, morally intention be right. People that attract the right people around you. I mean, the right people around you and you can do things. But change do happen automatic, especially in that environment. Because then you lack most more education. You lack more a generation of leadership, they are all contaminated. Somebody contaminated, so you're in an environment. If you learn from an environment, if you grow from an environment, if you practice in an environment, you're bound to be contaminated. Gambia, the problem with generation of leaders. And all of our political parties and every other kind of leadership, it's of the same generation. Suñ imam, suñ alkali, suñ every opinion leader, suñ social commentators, but it's about that generation. Then that generation cannot deliver the change we need. But it's all not bad. We cannot take out all our leadership at the same time. No, we have to cooperate with them. We have to go with them, and we have to take them to task with respect, with discipline. Because suñ nekkee ne society amul discipline, and ñun mu bëgg dem for change amul discipline, and nekkuñ di jël suñ time. Suñ temperament is wrong. Nekkuñ di use suñ xel di dem di whole things in a long time, the whole affair in a long time. Bëgg ko gis in a short time. Bëgg gis change happen just right now. No. But doesn't génnewut tam ne we should not ask. We have to put the pressure. But pressure bi nañ ko def realistically, nañ ko def rightly, nañ ko def with discipline. At nañ leen moytu. Ndik lu nekk di dem on yëpp. Ñu bari foog naa don't na on them. It's not party politics. Lead them on the party politics. So gisoo ñu ñëw together. Nekk a coalition is for one reason. Because party politics xajut si ñun from the in a way biñ ko played. We are not in about democracy yet. We are still just getting out of a dictatorship. Ñu am temporal peace. And we have the instrument of dictator all around us. The security forces, the political wind, the ideology, and the ignorance of facts and so on. But so they gave victims say what? The flyer put for them. Or some of these people who commit this crime, they don't matter. It puts you somewhere else. Had not lolu bokana so amne laf ñu merlo. We cannot handle it. And rightly so. Because Lola, since size, it is an advantage. Since size is a disadvantage because we know all the people that committed these crimes. And they are all families and they are all within us. One way, ñu ngi fi family, we cannot do much about it. Ñu ngi fi we know these people. How come? But there's a process boo xam ne war nañ ko jël. And su nekkee ne government doon nañ ko attack that way. But the most important thing, you like government, it's the information. How you handle it. How you message what you're doing. More important in every aspect. Let's control information. Let's give out information. Deny them. But then you fight in am na benen component. Because accountability comes in different ways. You have a parallel one, you have a horizontal one. Civil society is part of the process. Not only opposition parties, not only the government, the agencies who make a government. No, ñun suñ boppa, we are part of the process to hold government to account. But we have to hold ourselves to account first. Bala ñoo mëna hold government to account. Before nga ne nit ki mu set fekk yow sangu nga. Yow sangu loo ba set ngay bëgg wax keneen ki set is a problem. Su nekkee ne yow sa bopp da nga am hidden agendas, how can you ne keneen ki amul hidden agenda? At nañ leen am hope ne xam ne it's matter of time, and it's not only ñu wax. What are we doing about it? Ñun civil society, what are we doing about it? suñ mere politicians what are we doing about it? Them di castigate benn politician doesn't help. Man waxuma kenn du call an politician su nekkee ne xam nga anything lu politician def wax ko. Xam nga anything loo xam ne feel nga ne it's not right or no more judgment am dafa wrong or whatever wax ko, it's politics. But accuse politician lu amut or nga tey ko soo xamut fine, but more than politicians have responsibility to keep the information there and get the people, get the right structures, and people knew what on their behalf. They cannot come out to talk to us all the time. Let them appoint people. Let them appoint people who are responsible to talk on their behalf. Appoint people who can talk on their behalf. The National Assembly Mugenyo. And for Nane, it's going to be Naneka time it will teach you something. But Balamonyo, we are in something. I think we should campaign period be nañ relax dellu gannaaw a bit ñu xalaat ñu ngi si campaign period lan lañ bugga lan lañ séntu ok léegi change bi mu ngi am parti si ñu ngi demee this way I can't do and mënuma def dara pour change what is happening now. What can I do to make these things better? Dañ xalaat solution how lan lañ mën a def pour make this thing better. Taxaw fële the saga Halifa, does that make things better? Tahaufeli accuse Halifa something, does it things make better? No. Tahaufeli the saga Dabo, does it make it better? No. Tahaufeli the accuse Dabo something, does it make it better? No. What makes it better? Nah, ñun mënuñoo xool, especially diaspora. I'm always, because diaspora ñoo gën a vocal. Lu tax diaspora ñun mënuñoo continue jël suñu leadership bi def ko in the right way. Why not talk we then book a party? Yes, then book a party, then I'm responsible for that party. Dega la dinañ to party line bi but ku bëgg a dimbale sa parti nga wax leen dëgg ku bëgg a dimbale sa parti def loo xam ne fa rafetal sa turi parti waaye ne dama support suma party comme mais what suñ ko saagee dama taxaw saaga or dama saaga on behalf of my party or do all those nasty things loolu du yóbbu fen nañ leen toog ñu ràññale suñ boppa nañ leen xool suñ boppa lan mooy suma interest after su benn nekkee dis su nekkee ne benn win na seat is ndax benn nekk na koo xam ne man dinaa mën a liggéey moom ndax I mean it's Ibu or Ibrahima moom a gënal because we have to look at it. We have GDC. Do we dañ prefer GDC am seats ndax dañ prefer pour am APRC am seats? It's our choice. It's our choice. Because ñun ñooy vote. Su ma ne ñun ñooy vote ñu amul pour vote sax we are there to vote in a sense ne am nañ because of ñun ñoo fi toogoon tam make sure nit ñi votal alliance the coalition ñun tam ñoo nekk fii suñ families nekk on the ground suñ friends ñoo nekk on the ground we have influence on these people. Su nekkee ne dem nañ apart still now duñ xalaat naka la ñoo make sure ñu campaign among ourselves, ñu campaign in a healthy way nga xam ne every party di nga xëcca as much as possible génnoon ñu. It's a disappointment suñ politicians yi suñ leaders yi fail nañu in that aspect ñoom ñoo break away they fail us we didn't agree for that but end of the day duñ toog foofu di ne fail nañu dañoo fail ñun tam dañu am responsible. Lañ leen jox another chance bàyyi ñu try said let us be civil. Moo tax tam ñu aussi leadership bi by Monday we would have expect Ousseynou we would have expect Halifa because ñoom ñaar ñoo gën a nekk at loggerhead to call each other and call the rest and sit down and you agree on a way forward in a sense of you pull back restrict and pull back they bring back discipline in their parties and in their supporters ndik su leen seen supporters yi gisee ñoom ñaar ñu taxaw wax lu am fayda on their behalf buñ nekk foofu kodolante and finish with it no lañ taxaw honestly wax a Gambians ne this is the way ahead nii lañ jëlee but we are now na UDP taxaw ne look I'm going to withdraw these 5 seats xam naa ne 5 seats yi awma chance fii I'd rather give these 5 seats chance to my partners or something else something similar PDOIS taxaw ne look du advantage Gambia let's say this. I'm not saying PDOIS. It's not about advantage Gambia. We have someone like Halifa, New Ayako Modem into parliament. You have someone like Syria, New Ayako Modem parliament. You have someone like New Ayako Modem parliament. These are the most experienced politicians we have on the ground. Just because of we want to settle a point. Settle that point, can la more harm. It's not PDOIS. PDOIS is a party. PDOIS, Yagan in Gambia, I mean, it doesn't affect them. Nyan la more harm Gambians. To any political party, bufog ne them with the dictator alone, better amalani you're gonna lose. Dinga lose because of Gambia moy lose moy ne luñ fa sentu do fa am. The quality of a member of parliament suñ am ni bahut. Opadole be bahut. 3/4 of them is not what we aspired for. We could have better suñ ñewon together. Legi nak su nekké ne mënu ñoo am this 3/4 buñ bëggoon better, why can't we try to save the little we have? Why can't we think of why can't we think of solutions ñu bay di njatante lu mo indi nit ki it's not the identity nit ki lo leen de bokk mooy interest soo bokkee nit ki ndeya bayte bokk leen interest doo leen mën a xaritoo doo leen mën a dem soo déggee ñu la xarit na gën doomi ndey it's because jikko yi la because of foo leen jëm la fa nekk benn sa doomi ndey soo leen bokk jikko soo leen bokk jëmukaay doo leen nekk xarit dégg la doo mën a dog deret bi génne ko doo mën a jël deret bi yàllandi ko mënuloo ko waaye du tax ne dangaa def loo xam ne moo tax nañ leen xool loo xam ne Gambie nañ xool lana tax ñu jiital muy Gambie ñu xool ne Gambie moo tax ñu campaign on the Gambia side of it ñu understand ne ñun am nga ñu dee wax ne waaw peuple it's mature enough it's democracy parti bu it's not true Gambia we are not in a democracy we are still at ñu ngi exit a dictatorship we still in a dictatorship in a sense am nañ government am nañ freedom ñu ngi war a build a democracy and this is the process of building a democracy we have dictators among us we have a terrorist movement around us and we want to let this terrorist movement be legitimized in the House of Parliament to hold us on account not on account this terrorist movement suñ fa duggee xam ngeen ne ban interest la am amul interest in Gambia, he have an interest for the dictator. Ñoom wane nañ ko ñu wane seen placards yi they still loyal to the dictator. They are not loyal to the Gambian people. ñun ñëpp xam nañu su nekkoon ne these people, the Gambian citizens, su nekk APRC, su nekkoon ne they were honest to the Gambians, they were loyal to Gambians, duñ doon support the dictator because ñun ñëpp gis nañ evidence bi. This is not something loo xam ne dañ ko wax. Something loo xam ñoom gis nañ ko ñoom seen bopp ñu ko dunda but suñ demee bedee suñ demee tooki di vote for Christmas nga xam ne bon tooki boobu xamul dara moo tax majority 3/4 of APRC nekkul ne dañ bon sax de dañ xamul nit yenn yi doo ko xam def ko kenn du nekk si ron lampa nga nekk si lëndëm nañ leen waxante dëgg suñ mbokk lañ bot xamuñ ignorance dafa ute dafa bari façon bu leen foog ne nit ki mun naa read and write rek xam na nit ku xam lu nekkoon si réew moomu di nga xam ne njëriñut kenn benn nit ku baax du gis lu nekkoon si réew moomu nga ne loolu lu baax la bon léegi ñun tam su nekkee ne ñun xam nañ lu baax ñun ñoo ñëwoon ba ñëw nekkaat ni ay benn xam lu baax ñun tam léegi ñu tasaaroo di jëlaat loo xam ne liggéey luñ liggéey yëpp def ko di ko yaaxa jël dictateur bi bàyyi ko mu dugaat si House of Parliament légitimise ko su GDC duggee ñu ngi bàyyi dictateur bi in su APRC duggee ñu ngi bàyyi dictateur bi in because of what ñu ngi concentrate suñ campagne bi yëpp Halifa bu mu am sit UDP bu ñu am sit PPP bu mu am sit ku ma waxoon lii duma ko gom te lu tax man lu ma gën a disappoint mooy di diaspora ma gis diaspora bi di nekk di fan these things moo ma gën a nax because ñun diaspora we are leaders ñu nekk si ground bi dañu appreciate dañu respect because la tax ñu respect ñu what the diaspora led bañ am lu ñu am man dinaa ko wax I'll tap the diaspora at the back xam naa ne humility mu ngi fa xam naa ne modesty mu ngi fa ba diaspora bi dañ ko def because àddina bi yëpp xam nañ ne soo xoolee everything the evidence is there diaspora bi dañ ko def yes dañ ko def with partnership with people on the ground dañ ko def partnership with the politicians but diaspora initiative bi how many years 22 years diaspora bi ñu ngi xeex pour indi a coalition xamoon nañ ne it's a coalition that will take this guy out diaspora bi xeex nañ indi resources diaspora bi xeex nañ indi resources not in only in funds but in what use social media, move people out and energize and do every other things. Make sure you am a government. Legi su diaspora bobu ñëwé wara lead again. Nga xamné buñ démé ba am the victory. The youths on the ground. You nekk di Daniel Natali dictator be and they celebrate. And people some of the diasporans, you nekk on the ground, di jël sen natal di len né ñu ngi la sétane. Those youths turn around to say du ñun yen la. Yen diasporans yen la du ñun. That's the appreciation we have. And still now, Kudam Gambia. One thing you don't disappointed for Roma as a diasporan. For Roma as a Gambian, this is the feedback we have. It's no more. It's no more about semester. Nobody hear about semester anymore. The world is positive now, it's diasporan. In a sense, it's positive. You guys are progressive. You guys, dengan am leadership, and we appreciate you guys. Appreciation, kulahamud. It was a notion we look down on them. It was a notion that we go and exploit our sisters. It was a notion that we go and show off. It was a notion that we go and do things. But we changed that narrative when we came together. Mota is disheartened now. You talk, you lead one thing, and one thing alone to destroy that country. Finally, dictator Nugeneko, and we had the chance to build that country. And what are we doing? To destroy that country. Because of what? We then jital I need. Buga kuneka ne yo ko jital moy yalla, ko jital moy yonente, ko jital du jum, te du dega. Dega la, ñun jital suñ papi ñenay lañ nijaay yenay lañ everything ñenay ñepp bokka ñom way taxul ne duñ joom politician lañ motax nañ leen jappé as politician ñi téel leen an account way jarut ken saga leen defuñ fi dara lu leen ni di sagé jarut nit ñi sosal leen suñ defé dara nañ wax ne loolu lañ def jarut sos dega moy mujjé lu fi nit def rek bopam la ko def politician bu fi def lu mu wawta def sa legacy ding ko gis dan jarul loy koy socialé let's move forward nañ leen xalaat nu ñu demee foofu te ku foog ne Gambia du dem forward you kidding yourself ku foog ne Gambia du dem forward you kidding yourself because man gis naa enough Gambians that can that will energize the youths. I guess not enough Gambians, diasporans, Gambians on the ground and everywhere else. There's many diasporans in Africa and everywhere else, in Asia, in contact with diasporans, progressive diasporans. You know how many Gambians, they have not seen anything else. But in any political party because feel a political party would represent what they believe in. And now they are ready to lead civil society movements to bring change. The lolu dina am civil society dañ ko energize dañoo build institutions yoo xam ne dinañ taxaw bokkat in that horizontal accountability permanent to make sure ne dëkk bi dem na kanam and suñ xalaate all the time nañ leen think of the long term nañ leen xalaat naka la ñoo achieve dara in the long term. But in the short term, in the now, manage this crisis we are to make it better, to consolidate on our gains, to build on it, to register progress, or to sustain or to maintain. Achieve. But our achievement should be not to go back. So sustain this peace and stability. Economic growth, but dignity and the human rights abuses have stopped and everything. Achievement, and let's consolidate on that achievement. And you do the halat, then how can what is lacking in this engine? Lack in this engine to make it move forward. What is lacking in this engine to make it move forward? It's not negative. It's always positive. I could do it. And anytime we talk at the halat, we can do something. We defeat ourselves. For new gums in self-worth. The Gambians are one of the most sophisticated individuals, one of the most sophisticated human beings on earth, because Gambians are so refined. I can attest to that. fuñ tooga suñ counterparts anywhere in the world on every level of society. So suñ jëlee suñ every level of our society ñu jël leen ñu maasale leen with anywhere in the world, even in the first world, we can challenge them. But Gambia ñun suñ achieve luñ war a achieve, then we are ñun dañ fail, because we have a generation that failed. Because soo gisee ñu dëkk 52 years fu mu ne ni Gambia nekk in a dictatorship for 22 years is dafa am ñu fail. And what is happening is ñun ñu war a taxaw ñun ñu nekk in our 50s going to our mid 30s, we are ñu ngi bëgg a toppa that trend lañ war a dog. te buñ leen xeeb dara lu ñoo def bum tuuti, bu leen jàppa si yoon ba ngeen foog ne yoon bi tuuti na, toppaleen ko toppaleen yoon bi, su yàggee di ngeen ko xaali, soo leen xaalee yoon bi dina nekk tali. you don't feel ne lu ma def dafa tuuti, déedéet. nan commencé si xalaat laay nekk, commencé concept la. And if you are positive, you da nga attract positive people. Fooy dégg di wax li positive, di def lu positive, di behave positively, you have positive people, and that's how you build partnership. And the next minute, the load becomes lighter, because yaa ngi share ideas and you having other people bring up their ideas. Su yàggee bu leen tayal. One thing Gambians don't do mooy binda. Bu leen tayal, put it on paper. Project ko, xalaat ko, project ko, def ko something and measure something, put a timeline, amal target, to go for that target. Push yourself. Soo ko defee rek di nga ko am. Soo ko defee di nga ko am. They never think that it's impossible. Sa xam-xam su fa eggul, just trial, keneen na ñëw complement la. It's not kenn nit duy def dara. But it starts from benn nit and other people, because ñun ñu bari dañ dee am something in us, dañ dee xaar ku start. moo tax nag yow soo feelee ne am nga something in you, just start it. Start nga xool. Let it be positive. nga xool lan ngay achieve. At léegi-léegi yow doo nekk koo xam ne yaay fulfill the mission, but di nga start, and that start na nekk a pillar. And that pillar su yàggee many pillars will be built, and a foundation will be built on that pillar. moo tax bu leen dee foog ne yéen da ngeen war a def everything, just start it. Probably yow tey nga am ëllëg doo fi nekk, but because of start, because a legacy will be there or something will be there and people will pick on there. That's how everything luñ mu achieve Gambia, that's noonu lañ ko started. It start from one person. Edward Francis Small bu mu ko def, he didn't sit down to wait, I'm waiting for a group to come and start. No, dafa am concept bi ñëw and believe in himself, and he moved. And every other part, anywhere si àddina bi soo bëggee na nga toog dama how group foofu ngeen ne di ko strategize, di ko campaign, di ko strategize, and nothing happened. Start with something and move it. And saying this is, because as we said, the Gambia Force movement is right now a movement. We started from a concept of Benin. Government mun naa use intelligence to act, complement the efforts of others. Borom bu mu ko xalaatu ne I can take out the dictator. No, dafa ne no, I can even ne mun naa complement with what other people do and take out a dictator. And all those compliments mu start ko, and it spread out, and when different people from different profession, different even non-Gambians help out in many ways, but make a reality in different ways. And that there's already 3 domain names been registered. ForceGambia.org, ForceGambia.net, ForceGambia.com. And probably after the National Assembly elections, we have to start thinking ahead. And how to start what? A civil society organization based on the concept of diversity, based on the concept of, leading from the diaspora, leading youth movements, and penetrate through education, civic education, and make sure political Gambia you change from identity to substance. Because then we get change, and and as the Force Gambia, the report which will be available after Siko government, we giving priority to government to have a look. After Siko government, it will be available. Everybody Gambian will have access to the hall, scrutinize, whatever you wanna help, and that's what's gonna be at the background of everything. It's based on the Gambian national anthem. It's based on the Gambian national flag. Oneness, one Gambia. diversity, change identity Gambian. It's new gis as Gambians, bunjis regions or anything. We can have regions, we can think of, we can be competitive in a healthy way and move forward. That's how it goes. And suñ halate, su nekkee ni ñun strategize nañ and make sure UDP be required seats, PPP required seats, and every other party required seats. And we knock out the APRC, we knock out the GDC out. Lan la ñoo am, then we can come back again. Moo tax you don't leen jotee rek after soo leen jotee itam su nekkee ne ene bi benn la war ngeen a mun a dellusiwaat ngeen regroup, we can regroup again. But su nekkee ne am na, what happens is accountability will happen ne soo leen defee yow defal sa party na def the right thing, soo mënut a carry benn party just defal the right thing nga xool that party but party bu defal the right thing would be exposed. That party would be exposed. That party would be exposed. But doesn't mean civil society will come into this. 2 years ago, because we tried to form civil society movements and the dictatorship wasn't conducive to run some of these things on the ground, because we tried to use certain covers, because we learned from Egypt how to run some of these things. One another way, not give it anything political, but it's impossible. Lord of the dictator will see something, a movement will not happen. The daira be so to do the press dictator be that daira would not function. Dina neka daira bu ñoy amal ci kër way du neka fenen. Everything else was controlled by the dictator. But am nañ chance legi bu am. We had to do things covered and we come up here now. After the National Assembly elections, Gambian boy want to get something. And let's come back together. Especially diaspora. I was in a forum today and I proposed to that forum. I'm in UK Gambia. I think bala ñoo am summer bi it's right ñu tase Gambian ci yëpp tase. And this time round dañ am opportunity. Now Gambian yëpp ñu ngi ci politique. Participate in politics. We have the opportunity now. Nañ def lu ñoo def tànn biir def every other thing lu ñoo def. But nañ leen ci boole benn this time around nañ leen am a conference. On ñu xalaat naka la ñoo amee good governance ak naka la ñoo demee ahead, the way ahead. And from there on we can build up something. Ñu door di am participations ñu door in the Gambians into the fold. Ñu active into politics. Bu boobaa bu leen fàtte ne léegi tey ñu am voting rights. Bu boobaa bu leen fàtte ne ñu ngi am si constitutional amendments. Bu leen loolu yëpp bu boobaa ñu mun a taxaw as diaspora ñu bàyyi fu diaspora bi tasee ñu ne maa ngi groupe bi something we have an umbrella. UK Gambia will come an umbrella non-political ku bëgg a am political party or supportable you can, but so ñëwee under this umbrella we make sure ne this umbrella with civil society control nañ ko ba nga xam ne benn political party ko xaajal interest yi nit ñi laay gis ñu mun a def loolu su politique jotee. There's a way we can civil society am na nu moo help mobilize registration génnee nit ñi participate into politics, educate la ñu génne into. There are many ways you do this thing without nga that's the way you take out the dictator. That's where you stop dictatorship happening. But su nekkee dañoo taxaw suñ parti rek bàyyi parti si politicians especially in Africa su yàggee dictator lañ, because that's the tendency. Interest bi la ñoo toppa su yàggee mu nekk personal interest, su yàggee mu ñu sooraan seen bopp with people du leen ñu leen du wax dëgga yes men and yes women. ñu ngi wax women participation in politics. We don't just want women to participate in politics, we want women with substance to participate in politics. No, that's not the point. We don't talk about youth participating in politics. It's not about being radical. It's about substance. Because lan dañ bëgg a ñoo xam ne leaders tomorrow. Dañ bëgg a groom the leaders for tomorrow. And the hope mooy ne lu ñu jox hope mooy the coming of social media change na lu bari positively and negatively. Moo tax na ñu war a try what you do soo bëggee drown something you push into the search engine so much positive nga xam ne all the negative will be drowned. Su borom searchee Gambia rek what comes in positive. So borom searchee Gambia before negative come out that person is sonal. or that person is convinced, or anything negative from this, no, probably this is another decision. But entirely, we don't do positive, we don't put positive, we don't print positive, we don't contribute positive. Fatanagne, there's a big bank. More the cyber bank, everything is going there. Our behavior and everything, new core record. But what social media loom in the morning? Social media for leads out, gain another freedom to people, even under the dictatorship. People start to think different and do things different. People start to relate different, which is dangerous at times. Because the Gambian youth, get halat in a way, and Gambian youth, get sap in a way, Gambian get corner in a way, we can be for good. Mota nanyan go harvest that those youths new dugalan see something good. If not, you duga see something bad, we have a problem. Because they are tech savvy. And then I'm way to do things. And they are connected to this world. That's our advantage. Ñun win in the diaspora, that's our advantage. Fala ñoo demee ñu insulate these people. In a way. It's not a control. You pump some positive thinking, energy in them, and you move them towards of new nationalistic, patriotic, and see the country as they should see it, and see the future as they should see it. Put hope in them, and there's possibilities we have. But we don't expect the present leaders. They are contaminated. They are affected by the colonialism. They are affected in thinking and everything else. We will never gel with them. The way they see their temperament, when you go old, you sense a temperament of our change. I'll tell you, some of these people were more radical. Ousainou Darboe was more radical than all of you. OJ was more radical. All these people were radicals once. We are radical now. But soon we are mellow. But Mota, this is the time we harness all these things. Use all this energy positively. Bala ñoo toog ñun tam ñu dem toppa ñooñu ñu nekk seen footsteps. Let's help them now. Let's encourage them now, and support them now, and hold them to account, and make sure they deliver at least something we can come and build on them. But we cannot expect these people to take us to the promised land. No. We are to take, the next generation, pull it to the way, to the right path, that the next generation can easily pull it to the promised land, and it can. It can, Gambia can be taken up to the promised land. Gambia moy di deka bo xamne suñ ko defé luñ ko wala moy deka bo mën na gain in anything very quickly. But it takes education to do that. It takes education, and need proper education to do that. Not only in a classroom education, they need full awareness. Then ample enlightened. Even the educated school Gambian are not educated. That's where the problem is. Soon I'm a civil society, this is where we're going to teach them. It's not only scouting, it's not only Red Cross, it's all part of it, but I'm other form of way of teaching Gambians to be Gambians, not to be anything, not to be identified by anything else. The other signs of the proof of the positiveness mind. Look at the Gambian music. The Afro-Manding. Afro-Manding be now. You see, there's nothing like, I'm not going to sing in Mandinka. Youths, the youths, certain that generation, this problem we the middle-aged people have. We problem with identity I will tell you that. I forget that. Ñom ñoo gëna fluid, ñom ñoo gëna move together. Imagine it tells you that it's not by accident. It's because of social media create. Because definitely in the forehand, then in the same commonalities and they survived it. Legi nga hold the Afro-Manding bit. The Afro-Manding bit was time before the original founders of Afro-Manding in instruments and Western instruments, more the Ifambondi and jazz band. They even try to be hardcore. They try to make sure the beat, the song are all the same. Since you know when Ndaga, then you make sure in Ndaga be the beat and the song is the same. But these youths, when you're that complex in them, what did they do? They were comfortable enough. Munenyo way in Manding, and the beat is fusion of every other thing. The fusion of Fulani, the fusion of Manding, the fusion of Jollof, even the fusion of Nigerian. Dinga gis ne sen culture mu ngi change. The Gambian identity mu ngay change. It's not about restricting yourself to one. Ne suma way dama am pour make sure ne suma dama way Pol, dama way Olof, dama way Sose or no, even that can change. And even the restriction on certain people, the Banyalaka Olof, Banyalaka Sose, it's going out. It's like an urban language now. Language is going fluid. Ninyange like a different kind of lingo. That's what progress is. That's in holiday. Let's look at this thing. Suñ demee National Assembly probably duñ am luñ bëgg but nañ am something but suñ nekkee walk nañ from today on from Monday suñ leadership bi ñëw together and strategize to do the right thing and walk out a way to look. Let's look at the field again. AP GDC have astafurlah. UDP have to pull out here. PDIs have to pull out here. Kii dañu am pull out there to give you all chances. Okay, ñu dem intervention ñu am ko and we walk out there ñu am suñ before 1 year ñu walk out something ñu am suñ ñu mën a am suñ reform suñ bëgga. Then civil society will come into this. You make sure the local government, the councillors, we have young councillors. You make sure you deal with young councillors, both male and female, and you make sure I'm proper representation of female. So I mean the young councillors, it will give them 5 years to learn as councillors, has some responsibility, learn politics, learn how to do things, learn administration, learn every other thing. And if possible, this civil society organizations will even teach them. They didn't want where to go, where to look for. I mean, how to access the internet. What? I mean, we have to use innovative. Now, having 5 years, then I'm the member of parliament, plus, in 5 years, Nafeka, diaspora, in fact, I'll tell you, it's going to happen. Diaspora, I'm the Newland represent. Indeed, what's coming out from the diaspora, those grassroots, you in touch, you know with the grassroots, either new parties or the old parties have to change. Then there's a pressure in the old parties. They will not keep the structures like that. They won't have 70-year-old men, 50-year-old men put the lead party all the time. They will start to bring younger this thing into it. Don't talk the 70-something-year-old men, they talk from member of parliament. When they're at the retirement age. Lana the demography. What's wrong all with all the age brackets? We cannot find anybody there. Then you them retire. Those people can serve us in council of elders and other things. Then by parliament with energetic, sound minds. So you get alert. They can do this job. All those things would change. When we think of change, that's how we think of change. Not to talk. I'm engine behind it. It's not actually running. And we expect that place to move. When you have an engine that's not actually running, because there's no fuel in the engine. Lu nekk fuel bi mooy the youths, mooy the civil society jóg, add up to the political efforts and you strategize and you move. That's how we should do things. We start to think about positive way of doing things. Ndig suñ xoolee wax naa ne suñ bàyyee xel mooy ne the dictator is still around us. Do not waste a lot of time because I just want to close this briefly. How I stood here a year ago, well before anybody Ben party na ñëw, a party is going to come, the dictator is going to sponsor a party. I said that in January, I said it in February, I said it in March. In late March or early April, or even late April. And people, even early March, some people, or late February, some people start here in the GDC. GDC, I ask questions. I deliberately agitated by asking questions, and those questions have never been answered. Because if those questions were answered, then we will have the true identity of Mama Kandeh. You see, the reason I try to distance Mama Kandeh from the GDC itself is, Mama Kandeh is a personality of his own. The GDC, most of them, all of them you can say, innocent Gambians, they feel they have found a vehicle. Mama Kandeh have sold them a project that they believe in it. Because of a percentage of that GDC, lan would they bought from Mama Kandeh? The threat of prosecution. Because then I'm interest for them not to be prosecuted. Because some of them are criminals. Some of them are criminals. Some of them are sympathizers of criminals because of virtue of relationships. But we all have regency, and I said it to Mama Kandeh Suma, to Mama Kandeh no on the radio. I have a platform. Let anybody GDC come no on the radio with me. But parallel, small large question, you can answer a question. Any question about my life, I will answer it. And I will tell you, Nendams and finances, then how it works, why Mama Kandeh base himself in Dakar, but threat of Mama Kandeh up nil. And there are other revelations to come. History more in the Lubari. I don't want to waste my time. Mama Kandeh is not a candidate now. He's not a presidential candidate, but GDC is. Why money? GDC candidates, they might be genuine. But so in a party, it's dangerous party lines. You follow the party lines. And Boba dinga def lo xamne it's not to the interest of the nation. Ñun bañuñ opposition in a country, but opposition bo xamne taxawut for a dictatorship. We will tell you finances, or some of the accusations were ridiculous. I will not do an accusation, but I cannot back it up. Now what the people that came back to apologize on us after the elections, what they find out, because of what we told them, they end up saying that. Then what the people that break away from Mama Kandeh, because they finally find out during the impasse what happened. And we know of people, we have witnesses, evidence of what transpired between Mama Kandeh with certain individuals in the APRC during the impasse. Certain people in the security force during the impasse. And the telltale stories, different stories that Mama Kandeh sold different people. He was a car salesman. But it's saddening. Sunde maybe Gambia. That's the saddest thing. Suneke per capita. As I said, Gambia, I can say this. It's not a scientific survey. But Suneke per capita, population 1.5 million. You hold an organization Nekos World Wave, a country that had independence in 1965. The whole, how many Gambians hold high office in the international scene? How many Gambians have served through or lectured in Ivy League universities? How many Gambians attended Ivy League universities? How many Gambians? The country's whole population will beat Nigeria. They might have more university graduates, but they will not have the quality that we have. They will have more educated people. They will not never have per capita the amount of people that headed or lead international organizations. And our recognition. I know our counterparts on even the Gambia Army bu Yaya Jammeh, and then done the mission in Liberia. As a couple, I go for a mission. What's her name again? Jabari, former parliamentary secretary. Not related, so say. Alabamboj. Alabamboj would be a witness. Alabamboj came to Liberia, under secretary, something Carol, Rakibola Carol, a very pretty, beautiful lady. Guy Monekon secretary, and they came to Liberia for official mission. And I was delegated to be responsible for her security. And my counterparts, responsible for the security of their country's VIPs, they were the rank of lieutenants. And what actually happened is we went to the executive mansion. That's where the seat of the state house of Liberia. And I have my principal, that's Alabamboj was my interest. Mom la dem secure. Man mota manekafa, and we at Smart Group Tembe, we are there to put our life to make sure she's safe. And we thought about what we can do in this sense at Lunyodef. When we came, you make sure you them time we were them, cover Funwato, def Lunyodef. And I decided our dramatic point of the advantage point of am bunta bi. I have to make sure that my men ñooy nekk si bunta bi. So whatever happen, if break loose, all I need to do is get my principal out of that thing and move out. Care about building bi lu fa nekk at ñu fa nekk at yëpp. It's not my interest. That's what's my mission. Fine. Ma ñëw put some guards, and this Ghanaian lieutenant came and buga move guards. Ma ne ko out of it. And he was couple months out of it. I'm going to right now here. You are commander and a commander, and I'm a commander, and I'm put for a reason. I want you to take that vulnerable end because of you. I mean, you have the equipment, you have the men. With more men as surplus necessary. I just have a section, and this is all I can do with my section to make sure the small principal is secure. I stood my ground. Lieutenant Ampu go off. And he was surprised that a couple stood up to him. And we would have done that. Ñu jël ko, ñu da am meeting bi inside the conference room, move ko from the conference room. Ñu dem out and in the open, in the park, we make sure we gave her the VIP treatment, we gave her the security. And anything will happen, she would have been the first person to get out. Because we make sure that I'm the advantage point, we make sure that our vehicles position at the point where we don't mind anybody else. And we did that. And that was a lieutenant. Medina. We closed the whole area as necessary, and we stood on our grounds. Ñu dem in a hotel in Monrovia, Hotel Africa, and Prince Johnson came to wax moom li Prince Johnson ne fa am a message to send to Sir Dawda. Sir Dawda moo nekkoon di den chairman of ECOWAS, because it's important. Mu laaj ma suma opinion. Ma ne ko it's something very important. Ma ne ko sa safety will be guaranteed. I can set up the meeting, wax leen time, and everything. It went on our terms. Make sure everything went on our terms, and I stood at a distance where I cannot hear, but some men are close enough to take charge of anything else. And we delivered. Alaba can be witness to Gambian soldiers that any other mission for Gambia, anywhere for Gambian soldiers, most of them we delivered. Professionalism among them. At the same thing, civil service every other part of Gambian for them delivered. And even in the diaspora here, for Gambians will be recognized for our sense. Lanata ñun Gambian as a country cannot move. So individually for them, you get a well. Or for you get a why as Gambians we cannot move? In the future, the voter age, people who are 15 years now are eligible voters, and all the people 15 years now are using smartphones. Imagine the possibilities. How many youths are 15 years? How many youths are on the voting age up to 15 years now? Nyananeka from age 18 to 15, nyata 1,000 youths like. Imagine you convert those youths into progressive voters. You can do it through social media by educating them. These youths will not see tribe, they will not see anything but land and your larger substance. What do you stand for? What's your position on human rights? Lan mooy sa position on this? Lan mooy sa healthcare policy? Lan mooy sa, that's what we teach the youths. Then that's the way we can progress. So you can replicate it. Imagine what will happen in 15 years. This 15-year-old, you nekk 20 years, you nekk 20 years in 5 years. 25 in 10 years, 30, when they admit this thing, they are so mature, and they'll be our leaders. That's the way we have to think. But do not UDP, PPP, NRP, and you nekk di hulo, they had election jot ñu hulo ko dem election jeexal nañ ñu toog. PPP duñ def dara, NRP duñ def dara, Living duñ def dara. Because of what? Am nga luñ yaakaar. So election jotee ñu dem Kabilo bu gën a mag génne fa benn soirée dem Bakaw Jallow Kunda moo fa gën a influential génne fa jifin dem Banjul Njaay Kunda moo gën a influential génne fa benn candidate dem Lamine Sanyang Kunda moo fa gën a génne fa candidate not candidate bu lu mu xam o kum doon not only xam sax the kind of person bu mu nekk individual. It's not about the substance. Parti bi du stand for anything. Yes, party bi du stand for anything or su standing for something sax du nekk anything loo xam ne sax Gambian si mën nañ ko engage. The one party bu dee wax ne dañ stand for something Gambians cannot even engage it moo tax PDOIS mënuñoo musa win overwhelmingly because of what lu ñoo wax ànduta nit ñi lu ñoo def people are not thinking that way dañ bugg a ku leen tegal sabar ñu ñëw dañ bugg a ku leen nax ñu àndaa moom soo leen naxut ñu fay keneen nax leen yes Gambians nga dañ soo leen naxut dañoo dem fay Senegalese musician mu ñëw nax leen loo xam ne mënu koo fekku Sénégal mu ñëw ñu fay ko mu doxal leen 2 hours show toog nekk hotelam ñu defal ko everything mu nekk fa ba 3 am mu ñëw 4 5 am mu ñibbi and ñu pay ko xaalis boo xam ne Sénégal we used to nekkoon in Sénégal some of these people have to play Thursday nights for free Friday they ñu am fay to get taken and nga dem seen kër yi they are struggling but fan lañ dee make xaalis Gambia in Senegal you hardly hear them perform properly dañoo dem night clubs and certain venues ñu get taken ñu séedoo ko because people are not ignorant xam nañ ne amuñ enough to make them to entertainment people can entertain themselves moo tax ñun Gambians ñu need this education ñu need pour educate suñ nit ñi pour ñu mun a base suñ decisions on something not on identity there's all this rubbish of identity mistake. Look, I keep on saying this debate this word tribal is not true dégg la am nañu ko pedo those people pedo they're not even tribalists dañ ko use or they are arrogant they are ignorant ñu use no they just want to be part of a small pool su nekkee small pool then they can climb a small social ladder man benn xëj na damaa ne su ma make soo ne man parti bi ñun rek a fi nekk people like me rek a fee nekk ku ma ëpp xam-xam bugguma mu ñëw or ñeneen su baree ñu am xam-xam du ma am chance pour egg then su melee noonu ma egg xam nga waaye the minute su ma eggee I don't care about lu ma doon wax gëwuma ko because of what su nekkee góor la su ma gisee a beautiful woman du ma njëkk a laajte ban tribe la probably what attract me to that beautiful woman jigéen bu xees la what attract me for the to woman structure yaramam nii la mel not even ndax dégg naa mu wax nekkut xelam du xalaatam lan la because of lan dama vain man suma boppa because of moo taxoon maa use the same way pour egg the social ladder moo tax su ma ut jigéen dama ubbi suma bët xool nu mu mel bugguma koo xam bugguma xam fu mu jógee bugguma xam anything from that jigéen naa gis na xees na wala ñuul na wala forma na jeex na kooku bon du tribalist dafa ignorant dafa nekk koo xam ne dafa soxor dafa dangerous su demee ba egg foofu fu ma uti kër mu ngi dem uti kër foo xam ne fa la kër gën a seere wala fa la kër li fi mu dem bokk foofu su demee am kër foofu ñan laay àndal maa la ko wax ñu mu doon àndal bala moo nekk MP wala ñu moo àndal bala moo nekk ministre du àndal si ñooñu dafa am àndal nord US the social class duñ dee bëgg a gis classe waaye am na dafa am àndal nord US su doon ne every weekend la fa doon dem si dëkk bu mu jógee at fu munti jógee mun naa nekk waa Bakaw sax su nekkee dafa doon ñëw si koñ bi we have seen it du ñëwaat si koñ bi a week a month especially su nekkee ne fu mu jógee la fa sori from the capital ndax dina dem samp kër gu gaa baax fu mu jógee déedéet du ko def ndax fu mu jógee dina dem seet na schools yooyu are run properly ndax dina dem seet déedéet amoo ko interest lu ko amoon interest mooy moom ndik su doon ne réew mi moo ko amal interest nit ñi ñoo ko amal interest kooku du dem di jël xeet di ko jiital kooku du dem jël dara di ko jiital dafaa jël réew mi jiital ko dafaa ut substance di ko wax ñu dee wax substance yëpp dañoo defend seen bopp on substance te suñ demee ba en place dañoo def luñ war waaye ñu dee use xeet yëpp dañ opportuniste lañ duñ dara gëmuñ xeet bi dañ dangerous nag ndik suñ waxee wax yu dangerous la ba nga xam ne day jaxase but dégg mooy dee mujjee as time goes on daf lay feeñ Yaya Jammeh did that when Yaya Jammeh did that ñu bari gëm ne def after mu feeñ ne Yaya Jammeh bëggul joolaay sax and lu ñu dimbale time at them on xam nga suñ teeloon a attaque Yaya Jammeh certain times some of this Jola might have defend him foog ne dañ ko bëgga but I will tell you man wax naa ko the movement we build the guys that really risk their life on the ground Kulen Hedon was a Jola. And we did it on purpose. Because it's a psychological warfare. We tried to make sure that we selected on all the tribes, Jola, Pol, Sose, Wolof, 4 major tribes. But you make sure that by default, this thing non-living. But it's a psychological warfare. We have to win the dictator. Motamanelen, and all the spirit, understand, every people will stand up for nothing. That's as time goes on, Lee, it's not about head. Ben Lumo use wahi poli pol ben njëkkati ben gëmul yëfi pol sax ben la fa selfish ben in fact opportunist la ben bés bu mu amoon lu mu am kenn du ko gisaat xaritam yu mu xamoon démba du leen xamaat because of ben du nit ku baax fu mu jógee du fa faalewaat all those wax yu mu doon wax yëpp na ko bàyyi sax leneen laay gis moo tax nag ñu war a bàyyi suñu xel buñ nangu few people tax ñun ñuy reyante few people tax ñun ñuy yaaxante nañ leen alienate these people out of us nañ leen jàppee ñu ignorant nañ leen use education ñu génnee leen ñu expose leen ñu doon luñ doon that's the only way ñu mun a move forward education rek moo ñu mun a move forward nga xool the opportunities nit soo gisee maa ñëw onto this I'll give an example and the example is Lamin Gano. Biden held something like Lamin Gano, and people like Lamin Gano. Lamin Gano is a professional soldier. Lamin Gano, I'm not going to go into personal, it's not personal life, even professional living, I give you holes and holes and holes and holes. You wonder how shallow this guy is. Holes and holes and holes. But now I don't just something low and ham. When Lamin Gano came out, and some of the people start to attack, I intervene. Man, no, you let the guy, no, I'm fine. Man, no. Violent guy, this guy warm up. So warm up, people will come out. Violent communion, we need people like Gano. And I did try to reach out to Gano. I never spoke to him on the phone, tried a message. I was trying to get him up on board. Because money, so they can Gano is recently from the army. Train some people, make an instructor, command some people. It's a guy to have. If I can have Gano on my team, I can get Gano to bring more people into the fold. Numuna infiltrate army, divide. And Gano never bought anything what I was saying. I didn't tell him exactly what I was doing. But Bumako I feel him out. My finger ko. I finger ko. Magisne, and I started to detect something. And Magis Gano, you see, when Gano came out and the coming of the GDC, it's not a coincidence. Yes, the Motaman dictator be blend for stupid. You see, where the dictator look at survive Luyaga, lafa them be overconfident. But dictator be fa yaga calculate. Lafa calculate 5 years sikanam. Plan 5 years economy. Kanda the after 3 years gain every party. The after even buy some of my loyalists, let them go. Infiltrate diaspora, let them go infiltrate Dakar. The madam create party in Dakar, infiltrate the opposition for have now more opposition base be and not the naneka a magnet. Then strategize, then your information to use to convince these people, the sponsors. You they want to sponsor parties. You make sure that they will not sponsor the parties, they will sponsor this. That's how Yaya drain us. Yaya kept on draining us, and we didn't get it. Let us have money about Gano is. When Gano came and Gising Alumda Fib, Gano is part of that team. Either. It's not proof. Gano is still working for the dictator. These are people we call operative. And a prominent Gambian has been arrested as an operative Kohamne, Ligayut NIA, Ligayut and Ben security forces, and people were surprised in Kowahe. And he was an Yaya Jammeh operative. The Barina, businessman and every other thing. Gano probably is an operative motor you buy come retire and nothing with them you buy come plan cause this thing. People have been done that. Hamnenko. Probably. It's not a fact. Munako defense buge. It's democracy. But Lumdef motor new call for. Yeah, Gano boom deme onto GDC. And whatever. And so already desperation with Gano now. Gano dem na be nek politician mo mu ne soldat lon dem na be taxaw ne political platform pour blan support the GDC to have this parliament motax nak ñun ñu wara bay xel ñi am nañ lu ñoo daw GDC am nañ lu ñoo daw APRC am nañ lu ñoo daw te gis ngeen Yankuba Koli ñëw na di wax about respecting Jammeh. You see, these people even have audacity now with all this thing that happened. Mistake ñu bàyyi these people our Gambianness boo xam ne ñu ngi ko abuse ba egsi nañ fi. Now Gano def na boppam politician because of what? La fa desperate. Gis ngeen ne Ibu Jallow have never supported the opposition. Never. He have always been strategic in what he does. And ñun ñu ko kon Ibu Jallow now they come us. Guys, let me put this button charge. Someone like Ibu Jallow come as Halifa Sallah supporter. When Halifa Sallah was leading the strike to bring the parties together, Ibu Jallow was the one calling Halifa unreliable, even calling him demented, calling him intellectually flawed, calling him everything. But now Munge champion Halifa. And some people supporting Halifa are happy. But understanding the game. Understanding the game. Gano does the same thing. Understanding the game. Now, most of the GDC, as I said, the reason is most of the GDC believe in it. They know Mama Kande, believe in it. They, you see, it's the identity of politics of identity. Do you know anything that the GDC stand for? Apart from the, no, you need to live it. No. Mama Kande ka muna jël government bi si Jammeh te xeex am dul na Jammeh dina jox kenn government. It was a lie. All this thing was a lie, a scam. And how many Gambians, intellectuals, so-called intellectuals, fell for it? How many Gambian financiers, the diaspora, the opposition finances, and fell for it? And we won some of them. Large questions, simple questions. And they will not answer it. How can you have all of the executive, 3/4 of them are former former NIA operative, former NIA operative. Nga muna gom lolu. Ñu dem jappa tuti not tuti Tina Fall. Kañ la Yaya Jammeh musa tiye nit kum soxol mere mu release up in 24 hours. And you know, because of what we agitated that. Now Gusulo Mugi and like, okay, Hamate Tina Fall and Gambians. Next minute Gambians is so convinced. Wow, Tina Fall, then ko ahehal, kunlal, then ko lal. Yes. You fall for it. Because suñ holy Gambian bi la. But next minute ñu jël suñ holy Gambian bi wécci ko ñu songante. Mun na ñoo jël gan suñ biir waaye ñu ne neen ñu songante. Bala ñoo mun a empathize rek nit ki nekk suñ ennemi. Something I think he apparently lafa pull out this comment. That's the reason here. Ngeen bala fa am some a post that Sister Umi Andrews posted, and Gano mu comment after mu withdraw comment if you Sister Umi Andrews if you have worked directly under Jammeh for 5 years or more as a top military and have not condemned or stood up to him, you have no business being a member of this new government. This is because you will never stand up to them, even if they are going wrong the wrong way. I don't care what experience or accolade you have. It is outright wrong. That's just me. Keep it real. The interesting thing about this more, and Gano will always come to talk about professionalism. Gano is not professional. Most of the things that Gano was doing, it's completely wrong in a professional sense. But he was so close to the dictator for many reasons. I will not even get to that. Many reasons. That's why the dictator saved him. Dictator, mune japa mbokami. Ñu mbokal deret di len rey di len def lu nekk and yow mu save la, you have delivered something loo xam ne it's not probably direct but indirectly, and you are still useful for him. He would preserve you because you're still useful for him. That's why you can say empathize. You cannot be a professional nga serve in that setting, nga gain in that setting, nga am chance to do something about it, and you still empathize with that person, and still cannot condemn that person, and still cannot see something wrong what with person do. What professionalism young am you? Yow do muna gis that institution how wrong it was at everything lu fa nek di am yow you cannot ne nga ne you are still professional, yow nga ne yaa ngi still analyze something professional. Mun nañu as individuals, mun nañu ranks and everything, but you cannot be member of high command, because what it meant is the reason I keep on saying I support Damadi, I support armed forces because I understand London here we have to bring them on board, but I can still differentiate where they are right or they are wrong, where other people are right or where other people are wrong. There's nothing like no dictatorship la do muna def da. It's bullshit. So ñun ñep dañu dictatorship du muna def da, we could have just kept quiet and the dictatorship will be there forever. But some people have to give their life. And the reason of my mention the army, and I picking on this, and I do mention other departments, civilians and so on. You have to do certain things. You have to take the broom and clean it properly. But so you clean it properly, Gambians wow, Iraq, no, we are not saying that. If I'm certain actors, you have to. You cannot change something with certain actors in it. Even in business, if you take over a company, peaceful, different, because shareholders. You went and sold an idea to the shareholders, and look, I can take over this enterprise and make it profitable. And there's a reason why you think that you can do better. Because the people running the enterprise or something in the enterprise, or you have to bring ideas, and those ideas, then you have to take the strategic positions in the news blood, people you have belief and faith in, you understand the ethos and everything. To what? Johla that. More than need that change. In the army, important. The army is command. The army is command. So I'm a command, even Kellen Munoto Fenen. Senior command. You have a mission, you are given the command, you are in charge. It's not your rank, it's your responsibility that counts. Army danga am rank, danga am responsibility. If you are an adjutant, you are an adjutant. Nobody come to the administration of that in entity. You are the administrator. Because you are answerable to that. You kubuga interfere, there's a route you take, and no, bullying fogne army obey and command, that's a lie. It's not it. So if you are MTO, if you are logistics, how can the army perform properly? So now can a logistics guy be the MTO, motor transport officer, being a captain or being a lieutenant, I'm a motor transport, a major can walk out of there, new motor transport, and decide to do something, and I cannot say anything because it's Mama Senior? That's a lie. Because then motor transport will not work. That it's not right. Army more regimented, in fact. You have your rank, you have your responsibility. The people under you, it's a responsibility. One reason I protested to leave the army, not only the politicization of the army then, my by 92, for people that don't know. One, this now from London, I know it was going to be like that. That started on the politicized in the Fourth Republic. But it was the welfare of the men. I stood up for it. It's not for my welfare, but the men. If I cannot guarantee, it's moral, more important. People can be less trained. People can be so much trained. So kibbutz and moral. So when you have confidence, you cannot influence them in the way they behave. You cannot keep the discipline. The solari amod discipline, institute amod discipline doesn't work. And yep, I have to go with their welfare. Then, Sister Andrewa, after mom said, she's wrong. In fact, the army was the last form of defense. This is where the civilians they maybe feel everything fail. The other have to be reinstated by the army. But ñun dañ am role to play. Ñun dañ am role to play. Any senior command bo xamne ayangi ñun la jox command. At rank bo monté nek ñun la jox command under your command. Lu fa dem wrong, you should pick the card. Da nga am pour jël blame. Su nekké ne mënuloo ko, you have to get out of the kitchen. You have to get out of the kitchen one way or the other. If not, you have to be culpable. Then amputate responsible of it. But you gather if you were professionalism, but how would the word professionalism mean? It wasn't a democracy. It wasn't a democracy. It was totally law hamne. You cannot have men under you. You jeopardy rain many men start disappearing. Jeopardy lock up many unjustly and get out. Still, you are command of that forces. In the hamne, who is what are you saying? So government they made the government. So making a government, moving a government, fine. Government is not a it's nothing. Where need human rights abuses, you abuse own soldiers. You also abuse. So far, you are not a profession. Professional, then you cannot be professional after. Sister Andulumo was digger. But Madam into the post, and that was one of my reply. But the other one, Manako sister Omi Andu, ask every good soldier what have they done or sacrificed in in the defense of their people. The one that gave their lives, the one that got tortured in prison, and the one that fled to exile and continue fighting are the best soldiers. The good ones are the low ranks and rank and flights that stayed and gave information and stood up at the last minute to avoid bloodbath. The worst are the ones that took part in inflicting the grievous damage to their citizens and country. The bad ones are the senior ceremonial commanders that stood and watched just to enjoy the spoil of their people, and they swear to protect. The worst are those that did both the above or one of the above, then managed to flee and stay quiet or continue to be apologetic to the dictator. Lamin Gano is one of them. Lamin Gano is one of them. What I said here, Moy, anybody at Lomuntineka and Gambian, Gambian. And the irony is this: Gambian soldiers were known for their empathy. You see, when I think we had 2 to 3 qualifications that people advantage Gambians. Most people don't know it because I sat in briefings where we danger assess our potentials and our mission. And when we go to mission, especially in Liberia, Liberia, the reason we were given, people don't find it wasn't a front line, it was a front line. The reason we were given to man the headquarters of the ECOMOG base. How can the ECOMOG base, this is the nerve center of the ECOMOG base, if that base is taken over, this operation finished. Operation finished. Lay my coordinate, my everything. This is where brains and everything, the most senior commanders feel and talk. They take the contingent and give them that responsibility, they must be good. One. But on assessment, Gambian soldiers had this discipline far more than any other soldiers, only compared to Ghanaians. Sierra Leone soldiers, they easily run away from battle. They say, "Bo, man, no, they die for $1." They will run from battle. It's the Ghanaian and the Gambian that would stand up and fight back, and the Guinean. But the Guinean are with discipline. Guineans are with discipline. They are not regimented because of they on the dictator forever. But the Gambians won, and the Gambians were smart. Then and it's like, because when you guard an installation, one of the things, a special installation, you have visitors, you have civilians, you have dignitaries, you have all those things, you still give customer service. It's a very sensitive way of delivering security, because you have to be courteous, you have to be alert, you have to, then you don't have just chances, but you still have to be very alert. You have to, all these things, it's not because of our size, it's not because of our weaponry, because it's not, these were advantages in other regiments or other contingents. These are other reasons. But It was the empathy as well. Throughout all the contingents, man, beg ma ba geja hamlu fa am. There were never major crimes, torture or any other crimes, any serious crime been committed by Gambians. Even, law hamne, it was exploitation, sexual exploitation to the sense. Gambians were not recognized in it, in a sense, because one thing, because we had an advantage as well, because Gambian soldiers were young, and most of his Nigerians and other things were older, and Liberians. And they were country, yes, they went into war, desperation, Lolo, but they were smart people. And if they have to choose, they will choose a younger person. And probably, and other things, choose. And then the Gambian soldiers were not even struggling. So you are interested in having relationship, you don't struggle for a relationship. But the Nigerians, the old people, and then they go out there and offer like you want Gary for, it's not nice to say, but something like they offer things. But if in fact it was the other way around, Gambian soldiers were, you used to call young heartbreakers. The Libyans call them the young heartbreakers. But the guys abuse of this, they had proper relationships. In fact, new relationship, they had like some of them even develop sophisticated relationships. Some people got married. Some people adopted. I'm the Gambian soldier, you adopt families. Adopt Dom, Indico, Delosico, Gambia. We went to that. Most of the Gambian soldiers, this armament, Gambian soldiers, because these small soldiers, they were young, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. In the barracks, it was only the Gambian contingent area, them, feka halay face for tep. Time for feeding. Time for feeding. Danga gi suñ demee suñ waañ bi fa ngay dem fekka. Then guy the cooking was good or what, cooking wasn't that good for us. But for them, compared to other contingents, the cooking suñ so toogee dama daa jël dege bi baxal ko bem ñor rek is enough. And it was good. But it was the empathy bu Gambian si amon. And the acceptance ñu leen doon accept. I remember dañoo nekk in a room. And si suuf yëpp xale la. Everywhere you adopt a family. It was the way Gambian soldiers were. And we are at all the security concerns. These small soldiers, the more they build confidence with them, they even go for your food. Every other thing. Some of them started speaking Wolof or whatever language will influence. Ñun Gambian soldiers sit in groups, everything we did like that. Fekkut si yeneen soldiers. But an incident happened. Something Chare, I forgot, Private Chare, fàtte naa real name. Because in the army we don't use people's name, we use ranks and surname. Chare mu jotee fana a guy called Malan Jiba. Malan Jiba is in Germany now. I think Malan Jiba somebody. And buñ jotee, Serer at Jolala, they got him very. I think it's about food. Food not distributed like that. And they nearly went for blows. You don't send anything, you are telling. And Chare was we amon Ben boy, Ben a small soldier, boom take along. Winter then Nalaube about late in the night. This soldier tapped Chare echo. Munako Chare. Munako mu mujog munako gayo go and go kill Majiba. Munako to get his gun and go and kill Malik Jiba. In the night. Mola how disturbed these kids were. Munako mujel fetalam them kill Malan Jiba and jote one night. That's trauma bu halay them. Mola one day level boom there. But the Malan there have never been a major incident. Bo hamne amon within Gambian. So one thing you Lloyd, I'll tell you. Another incident happened. One of it was a guy called Jabang. He was a couple Jabang. I don't know his real name. Jabang lafa genon lafa andon on small soldiers, and after kenna si ñom dawsi kenna si small soldiers in Nipsey. Because where we fuñ Coast Guard base soriwutoon for Prince Johnson nekk, and Prince Johnson was encamped. But legally boys si dañ dem si encamp to the buffer zone. The buffer zone. Yeah, it was a Liberian kid. pour contacts, and some of them go to buy stuff, televisions and stuff like that. And apparently bu xale bi daw see dafa fogoon ne dañ yóbbu Jabang somewhere ne dañ koo jaay something, and they didn't come out. The xale bi mu ngi woon look out. You see, these people even started to look after let's say bu mu yàggee rek mu oote Jabang uyu rek moom mu daw mu foog ne dañ trap Jabang, and he ran and came to the base ne Jabang is being kidnapped. bu mu ne Jabang is kidnapped, Ken Haru buñ callee alert we just everybody just jump truck bi bu moo fees xamuñ ko, and we were ready to go and rescue him. buñ demee to the last checkpoint fa lañ fekk Jabang. When we went to last checkpoint fa lañ fekk Jabang, we were brothers keepers. musuma nekk Unum Barracks, Kudam Barracks, Farafenni Barracks, or anywhere ma nekk for duties, guard commander or sentry or any time in my life, apart from wild dogs, ma nekk foofu xalaat ne I will be attacked, I will be killed or anything. What? Because maa ngi feeloon I have responsible government. The only time bu ma nekk at that sense of alert mooy suñu amee intelligence of what movements or disturbance within the Casamance borders, or intelligence about Gambian mercenaries time well before ñu dem ECOMOG or after ECOMOG, before ECOMOG. That's the time you have yi nga dee am yooyu sa Sahel. But you are so much in peace. Doo tëra nelaw di xalaat ne you be arrested, you be killed, you be tortured, you be loolu doo ko dee xalaat. We are as brothers and sisters. We make friends. Sayante def nañ lu nekk. That was a professional body. But buñ demee be, and I'll tell you, at that time, people caaxaane coup, people conspiracy. We talked about all those things. Kenn musuta dem boole nit ne groupe bi ñu ngi wax way ko. It was not the done thing. Because of xam nañ léegi frustration la or su boolee am kenn musuñ koo arrest. Some people were questioned before. Stop nañ leen question about certain statements coming out from them, or ñun sax suma boppa or keneen Alpha Ba mus nañ ko welcome. Those things happen now. In the First Republic, you don't think of being tortured. You don't think of being killed and or every other thing. Incidents yu am yëpp, they went through the judicial process. Court martials am na fa. Some people, nañ fair na fiawut des na ko xoole. Some people were court martial and they've been punished, but punishments were dignified. Nekkul long punishments, so it wasn't justified or not. We all know what happened in the dictatorship. But then how can you say in a dictatorship, that institution was professional, or you were professional, or things were professional? So command, you stood there, men were picked. Amul ben commander bu fa nekkoon ku ne men were not picked under his command and killed or locked up or do something else, and they didn't do anything, they didn't say anything. And one thing you don't do is to neglect your men. One thing you don't do is not to fight for your men. Then don't build camaraderie ba nga xam ne our civilian friends used to be jealous. Because the way we relate to the friends in the army, it's more, we say that this guy is the one who looks after your back. Watch my back, I watch your back. So in the battlefield, this is the guy I rely on, because that's the relationship we have. Because that's what you taught. Because people think Sudanese army, all we taught you is they get into your head and psychologically make you think in a way, it's in the right way, not in the negative way. The first day you join army, you join barracks, be something. I'll tell you, the fear of God gets in you. At law yaga ya, law mak, law digger fit, law digger bob aneka civilian. The minute you duga as the first day, lose no freedom. Don't get the change, everything do the change, everything do the change. That's how we relate to these things. But how can but anybody kufartop, bedi torture some morom, bedi raise some morom, bedi def all other things you cannot justify them. We cannot blame Yahya Jammeh for that. We have to blame you for that. Then those people were bad. But the brave ones no hamne. Imagine 11 November amna, how many other countries and Gambian soldiers still came out to fight the dictator. If we say in a way, we can differentiate certain things. Because I'm not time you have Gambian soldiers fought. I'm not any time bo halat. Gambian for soldiers, I'm not know how many they will talk to us, they will fight or they will do something. But because of division, this thing happened. buñ xaajoole fële mu am fuñ xaajoole fële mu am politicians yi buñ xaajoole mu am civilians yi mu am liggéeykaay yi mu am we all know ne liggéeykaay melutoon nu meloon First Republic foo demee nekk fa góor dem mit fa jigéen ngeen jàppante caameñ ngeen next minute ngay takki jabar sax nga bàyyi fa sa sister yoo bokkal oo sa cousin si mu nekk sa njëkke nga am doom nga tuddee ko doom bi we have seen all that nga war a tuddee sa yaay sa doom wala sa pa nga bàyyi ko tuddee ko sa caameñ we all seen nañ loolu yëpp a fa demoon boole wante an edfi moo fa nekkoon. But in the army, it was serious. It was life being killed. How can I tell you were professional? Raybi, okay, nga take part in all these things. Bonga. Nga neka a commander, nga hall, nga banya def something, nga am choice, protest, wala geno, dahala o nga dem def something at the floor. You stood there, you served the dictator, but dictator will watch them, nini tau, civilians tau, everybody tau, dictator with them, how can you be at peace with yourself? How can you still think of soldier uniform? Gadam tau na yo dangar serve that people. How can that people trust? Nakala nini de ame trust. Why do they want you in peacetime when in wartime you didn't deliver and you should have delivered in wartime? Lola not fair. How can that be professional? But imagine the soldiers that left. You am freedom, you make a face Westby. They could have done a lot. I don't say that. But they did something on the ground. But we hear what they say. You get apologies for the dictator. To the extent of they can join a political party who serve their interests. Because of what? Political party don't prosecute. Political party will stand for everything else that the dictator stand for. Can Momo anything else what in the manifesto or anything else? The manifesto of the GDC was a last minute. You don't tell the Ghana manifesto. I'll tell you the proof. Some of these GDC people even don't know that. The manifesto of Ghana, Mahama, they took that. And after even they couldn't do it professionally, and some of these things, you cannot have a manifesto of rebuilding and manifesto of sustainability. Manifesto is about restructuring, rebuilding. How can you have a manifesto when it completely is different? Even nothing there. And we know of senior officers, so-called officers, they were officers or executives saying, look, we know nothing about Mama Kandeh. We don't know when it's coming to Gambia, when we know it's going out of Gambia. He doesn't tell us nothing. It wasn't a party. But so you say you am chance lanla, so you say you am audacity lanla. It's us, us in government now. And us in the diaspora now, that did engine to push the government and make the government work. That bad engine, the clock, the engine. The part of the problem. The government, the engine, the misfire, the something pollutant. I mean, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. I hope by tomorrow we'll think about ourselves. You buy all this negativity. Let Khalifa handle himself. Let Daba handle himself. Let UDP handle themselves. Let PDOS handle themselves. PPP and every other handle themselves. And we expect them by Monday. Let them slip over all this, lead them on. Monday you come back, strategize and save something. Damage limitation. You save something and look forward. We don't expect them to do everything for us, but we expect them to keep that peace and in the stability and new reforms. I mean, and the rest, the economy will be built. New Nigerian complement in that sense. The way we complement them to bring about that victory, that's the same way we're going to complement them to bring about development in that country. That's the same way, make sure we gave everything and we'll give everything. We keep on giving everything. That's all we have to do. I mean, what else? What else? This is all we have. It's Gambia. L'Union definitely Daufi every other minute you get try to win opinions. Yes, I'm not you call it for something else. But we can believe that I'm not you but overwhelming majority, especially in the diaspora. Then you for Gambia. Definitely could put anybody else. Definitely could put anything else. Motana, it will be disappointing for this diaspora will behave any other way than Neka Lohamne Lafa support. Lafa support change. Guys, that's lu rek lañ bëggoon a wax, and mooy the progressiveness. Probably tomorrow, if I can squeeze it in, I'll come on radio. If not, it's got to be Tuesday, and we see what happens during the weekend. But Luma, campaign strategy. Let's have a campaign strategy, not to be attacking each other. That's not a campaign strategy. That's destructive. Just audacity to APRCs to stand to say, yeah, it's not been respected. I mean, can you just hear that? The only reason audacity is because we are in disarray. I mean, we are in disarray. I mean, there are a lot of positives. I mean, Ninyage wonder whether some people, even there's a lot of arrest. People would be surprised that some people are arrested. But there's a reason, people like me, if I know it, some of these things I would say, because there's a reason the security is not there. It's not abuse of human rights or not. These are security detainees. These are not security detainees. And a lot of improvement with them on. You see, recently they had to pay. Have to pay the. We have to deal with this because some of these soldiers, because we dealt with them so much now, they still have trust in us. You pay peacekeeping duty allowances, and some of it was paid in dollars, some of it was paid in dollars, and deductions are still being made. You see, multi-money communication is crucial, and all these guys were really angry. And you see, we have to be very careful making people angry for no absolute reason because of communicating. When I communicate together, look, nothing would change now. In a sense, some of these things cannot change. There are laws or there are policies you have to be looked at. It was already set. It will have to take time. Reforms, some of these things would change. But, Malayan, do you know why I had to go and find out myself? And somebody, everything, Malayan, do you know why? Some of the money was paid in dollars. Malayan, dekabe amount enough dollars. And because of enough dollars, they paid part of it in dollars. Because in dollars. They could have said enough dollars, you didn't pay any dollars. In fact, they didn't pay in dollars. But they didn't pay part in dollars. Because it would come back to the economy. But just to make sure I'm getting peace of mind, more than you fail in part in dollars. Why in dollars? Why haven't what enough dollars to fail in yips? Everything in dollars. Some of the jola at Syria, Nenjam gas pasulko. Why man hamna puli nenko yubusi bangi? Puli nenko jugal kusi bangi. But buñ ko defé mané explain mané ko and luñ def sax mané la né buñ nan fay in dollars they put 0.5 more than the going rate, bank going rate. Come, yan mure halad na solan, don't change, and si black market, they change, this is what you're gonna get. They find out from the black market what's the going rate, they pay you to go going rate on the black market, and they say, okay, but matete lunyan dirok batay. It was already set, no money could change. Manako li dañoo review army bi seet lan lañ ko defee ak fuñ ko tegee fan la ñu ko tegee dépense bi nuñ ko tegee and ñu seet ko and suñ ma nee leen buñ leen promisé na leen ne suñ change government bi su government bi change you be better off dañ leen ne man waxuma kenn ne duñ dirok sa xaalis from peacekeeping because xamoon ndax government bu ko doon def am nañ good reason dama laa ne new government bi foog ñu am a justifiable reason te suñ ko dogee because some of you people what you complain nga ne dañ koo dog jox ko Zeynab Jammeh or dañ koo dog yaa jël di ko def lu ko neex waaye naa leen ne su amee this time round suñ dogee seen salary ñun what you promise you ne dina dem foo xam ne daf foo war dem and we'll make sure loolu am na loolu lañ leen dikk ma ne ko te loolu su soobee yàlla mooy am yan xam ngeen ne ñu ngi dem indi disarmament def nañ ne en campagne ni dañ am pour restructure dañ am ma ne ko loolu fa am amagul but we are not communicating to all the interested parties. And that's one weakness about the government we am. And what we should tell our party leaders the fact. Then just party leaders the feedback. What I so bugay sa party leader, don't just the right feedback. Then them also party leaders and then look, it's an advantage to go out there, call Halifa. Halifa is an advantage. Go out there, call Dabo. I mean, it's the same as OJ and others. Man, def the mature thing. This is what we expect. But ngeen nekk fii di punchante di dama ka ñëw ma ne ko look the respect man duma respect kenn could behave that any politician that behave like that c'est bon nga jël book lekka ko I won't respect you because of wanewuloo professionalism man lu yooyu duma doy waaye nag te duma support that kind of behavior loolu nekkul loo xam ne lañ expect from suñ national politicians non expect ko suñ xale yi tey sax suma kër sax xale yi dama leen a yar suñ amee difference da dem sit down and trash it out but not to taxaw ñu dem negative on each other doesn't help lan lañ expect all that guys we have this hope am nañ hope bi ne Gambia will be changed but du change just like that dafa am certain things yu ñëw register ñu keep ko and we have to plan ahead ñu xeet seen ñan who are these people to bring the change? It's us. But we at Nyan, ñun ndaw ñi. Góor ak jigéen ñu indi leen everything inclusive. ñu am Gambia and Gambia one identity. Put Gambia first and just move ahead with that. Education will be vital. So anyway, we were talking about that's what happened if you are not educated. That's what happened sa xalaat su sorut. People ñu ngay wax waa bridge bi Sénégal la njëriñ. Okay, moo tax mu important ñu am the kind of member of parliament ñu soxla because of bu boobaa nañ am yaakaar nañ am gom ne anything luñ def na nekk lu mut not only ne seen intentions are right but am nañ xam-xam bu màcc boo xam ne nañ make sure luñ def right la moo tax ma ne léegi bi député moo gën a am solo suñu amoon néegi député bu baax at luñ munti am amen du dem fàlle lépp falaa jaar Sénégal duñ mën a ñoo def dara Gambia te ñun ànduñ si te ñun naka lañ see ànda du every Gambien la ñoo dem laaj néegi député yi lañ ko yóbbu Sénégal dañoo toog a exécutif bi ñu d'accord ko waxtaan koy lifin ko waaye exécutif yooyu du ko mën a implanter foog mu yóbbu ko ci néegi député bi ñu xool ko ànd si su nekkee ne néegi député bi dafaa def lu exécutif bi bugg a rek rubber stamp o xamuñ lu ñoo def ben amuñ njëriñ moo tax ñu woon a solal néegi député bi mu solo léegi the possibilities of Gambia for bari but unless Gambia do the whole outside Gambian borders foog ñu do the whole region bi sub-region bi du foog ñu do the whole beyond the sub-region and foog ñu jël education mu nekk loo xam ne mooy suñ loo xam ne moo ñoo yóbbu in many ways not suñ behaviors and every other thing duñ mën a achieve anything without education suñ resources any other resources bu ñu am te education amuñ ko du right I mean suñ xoolee we keep on saying Dubai. I don't know why Gambians keep ne then want to Dubai. Then we am skyscrapers. That is not development. That's not what we're looking for. Then we got measures in index be in other way. Not naked high GDP but it doesn't reflect on our citizens and send health, send living standard, send happiness, and so that's what we look. We want a sustainable way of the development. In Gambia, the sustainability, the environment, we have to calculate that. Amuñ that much land. Buñ foog ne tourism la fa war a dem rek what kind of tourism bien land lañ am pour sampa hotel yooyu bien land lañ am pour ban ñaata plane lañ mën a accept dëkk bi ñëw what kind of plane lañ mën a accept si dëkk those are the things impact environment assessment yooyu la fa am te yooyu yëpp jànga moo koo indi and soo xoolee dëkk yu am sustainable growth yëpp dëkk yu am develop yëpp dëkk yu ndaw yi teguñ ko si resources si education nañ ko take for instance Switzerland take for France Luxembourg and all these things naka lañ ko defee the human resources is the policies is what we belong dañ bokka si luñ bokka dañ ubbeeku seen boundaries yi nekkul just their natural boundaries dañ am treaties dañ bokk si EU bi wala dañ bokk si leneen Gambia foog ñu bokk si ECOWAS te suñu bokkee si ECOWAS we have to play ball and this bridge is part of ECOWAS. Then you have to open up in many ways. And Gambia, we have an advantage. As I said, we can easily be educated and achieve goal. We can have an educational plan. Then you get the kind of expertise. What India did with Bangalore. I mean, Gambian Subari, we went and read about that. I mean, Nakalenko change couldn't read the tiger versus the dragon. How come India, in certain ways, they beat China? Because of what? It's the kind of education they give the Indians. It was not the kind of education the Chinese had. And the Chinese have to, after rely on the Indians to give them that education, more education, they can have the middle management skills. But both higher and middle, but not only higher. They'll not push them academically, and the professionalism really nekofa. Or I mean, certain it's innovative, you move for them. And that's the Bangalore concept. yooyu yëpp fa la ñëwee Gambia we can have that Gambia because we have an advantage on Senegal and the lu xam mooy suñ ubbeekoo we have to go with substance suñ ko defee because of virtue of English language will beat Senegal in many ways. Nañ make a choice of investment rather than Senegal. The red tape. Still, just recently we did ñu ngi doon def feasibility studies for a friend. The same kind of merchandise, the same volume and everything. Su ko buggee clear right now in Senegal, mu ngi pay almost $2,000 far more than su ko buggee clear in the Gambia. Te mu xool the price bu mu ko jaayee Gambia, it's almost the same as su lu mu ko jaayee Senegal, and Senegal is more competitive. Gambia more, I mean, it's almost that's the way we think about it. Suñ economy is not big. Then from you relate to other things. We can have added value products because we can train the people in science and technology. Put new the skills, the manpower. Because Gambia, the size and the politics should stabilize. Like every investment they are calculating, the risk is here smaller. Because of democracy it's so strong and it's so small, these people cannot afford to be dysfunctional. Because that's how long term these people, if they invest, they have to invest long term. Then what is in politics for more mature? For more mature, we can move that place. In agriculture, we have to be smart with agriculture. Among that land to even do everything. What a smart agriculture, more you enough to feed and enough to export. The kind of yield, the kind of products you want to produce, every other thing that need education. The farmers then need to be educated, and we can all push these people and people will go into agriculture. The sea and every other thing and other resources are there. You have the yeb mun ko use. Why didn't benefit from it in about education? To administrate every other thing, and we need education. In fact, to manage our population good, population balance, everything that need education put effort. And even to sustain our identity, Gambia, we should be very careful because we are so vulnerable now. Our identity can be easily distorted. We happened to Lebanon because Lebanon use certain strategies. We can learn from other countries to sustain themselves. Lebanon, we wouldn't, because imagine the Syrian border. What happened during the Syrian occupation? Syria have to determine the political future of Lebanon. The Palestinian problem, this Palestinian refugee, and all this is the Israeli incursion and everything. It was vulnerable. They got a wall on, but if not of just natural flow, the natural flow of natural phenomenon of migration, so can manage it, and all these things need education. All this need the know-how to do it, to form it. But Gambia will continue. But education, we will be open up. Doing that small narrow-mindedness of Senegal dañoo muuse. Why you fucking we are idiots? Senegal dañoo gonna go send interest. No. Why can't we we cannot look after our interest? Any other thing will happen without our interest? Yes, that's the point. Especially right now, Senegalese guys who are on TV station. Culture, we have similar cultures, we still have an identity. We have a culture that have an identity, we don't want to. You see, for the things that you have to protect. We have to open our economy, but we have to protect. We have to protect job creation. We have to make sure that certain investments are looked at properly. Every time they can hurry and just change it, because it will distort our identity. In the media, to invest in the media, we should look at these things. We should have freeze in investment in all other areas. Then draw a blueprint, look at it properly. And the technology, we should make sure the technology transfer now. And all this, I'm in choice. Because we can sustainably survive in a way where we will not rush into skyscrapers and you muck and to measure and next minute economic depression, repression and all these problems they more in the class. Such a class those cycles those economic reality cycles cannot go with us. Why just time and grow smoothly, sustainable in them. Guys, thank you very much. I'm sorry. I said 30 minutes. I forgot last over an hour or so. And it's unfortunate. Then you want to program today, and probably doing program tomorrow. More only chance because some people are expecting to hear from us. But as to say again, right? Let's believe in ourselves. Let's believe in the Gambia, and I'll tell you, I have that belief. I have believe in the future. You'd see them then like Lubari, but I mean they are ready. They are prime. We have to, and the diaspora again. We have to take leadership. We have to take leadership. So I mean, you create the you take government into account, but let us be responsible and give chance and wax money ñu noppi no. But ñu wax fu ñu war a waxee nu ñu ko war a waxee and so on. I mean, everything will be okay. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good night. Thank you.